That's it. Super Eagles player, Joel Obi, are trying to talk to us. We'll fix that and then I will get it back to you just so you find out what he's saying as regards to World Cup, because everyone is talking about the World Cup. We're now on added minutes in the game between Manchester City and Liverpool, and it's still Liverpool 2, Manchester City 1. At the Stadio Olimpico, added on time also, and that's what it is right there. AS Roma 3, Barcelona 0. Cosmos, if it stays this way,
Barcelona are out because of that away goal that AS Roma scored at the Camp Nou last week. Now, in the other one at the Etihad Stadium, as I said earlier, is over. Is over. This pretty much over.
And you're right, it's all over. So Liverpool has advanced. Shout out again to African brother Mo Salah, part of the scorers for Liverpool tonight. And then, of course, Firmino also getting the other goal. So it has ended 2-1. Manchester City not ending for them the way they expected.
And it seems Barcelona are out as well. Barcelona out because
you cannot wait for that. The game is still on.
It's still on. Let's see how it's going to be. But then, in case you do not know, it is Zeko scored in the 6th minute. Of course, De Rossi scored a penalty, and of course, in the 82nd minute, Manola scored a wild-taking goal against Barcelona. And anytime now, the game will be ended. And trust me, I have a colleague that she's a diehard.
Not just that colleague. Football fans.
Football fans.
I mean,
Barcelona fans.
This is Barcelona not going beyond
this thing happened last season when they upturned a 4-goal deficit to beat PSG. Now it has happened again.
That's what football. That's what football does, and it's all over.
It's all over.
So AS Roma has sent Barcelona out of the UEFA Champions League in the quarterfinals. Didn't I tell you that football, impossible is nothing. Anything can happen. It's the mighty Barcelona are not going beyond the quarterfinal stage. And just in case you're part of those persons that have seen this appearing and you'll be like, oh, AS Roma is out. Traditional Champions League team, a lot of experience in the bag. And with these Italian teams, they're very, very technical. So it is what it is.
And again, if he ends this way, that shows that they will be the only Serie A side in the semis. Juventus, I don't know what Juventus will do at the Santiago Bernabeu tomorrow, but then Juventus will be playing away from home against the Real Madrid side. I doubt. But then football, it's quickie bond time in the UEFA Champions League. Anything can happen, and that is just showed today. Roma did that at the Stadio Olimpico. They believed and they did it and they won.
That's right. So that's what it is, football for you. I don't know how to explain it. Football is just crazy. That's what it is right there. So I don't know if I should say shout out to all the Barca fans. They take it too serious. It's football. Your team will bounce back. They sent someone home in the round of 16, and then this has happened to them against.
Well, they have a double to win. They have a Copa del Rey against Sevilla, and of course, they are pretty much the winners of the La Liga.
That's right. So. It is what it is. Let's get on with the show now. And if we have Joel Obi ready, we're going to take that to let you hear what he was saying as regards to World Cup. But talking about away goals just did it for AS Roma in the UEFA Champions League, in the CAF Confederation Cup. It seems MFM will be needing not just one away goal, about 2, if they want to stay in the CAF Confederation Cup.
Certainly, they need to score 2 unreplied goals, and hopefully they do not concede to make sure that they get to the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup. It has been a very, very abysmal performance from them. But then the experience had to come into being, and you need to see the way they played. They scored the goal when it mattered most, and then it ended that way.
That's right.
That desired ended, and I'm sure those fans at the Agege Stadium were shocked.
The better team won on the day. MFM, they were really flat, Joliba, they came there with intent, they stayed focused, and they...
I mean, look at it, the simplest of all
victory. I mean, because they had put so much pressure on MFM. Let's come back to the discussion now, because we can't give the answers to what's going on with this MFM team. So after the match, I spoke with Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu. I asked him 2 questions. These Malians, they are big. And then we saw that your team, they were playing area balls. How do you intend to contain this team in the second leg? And again, that man on your screen, Onua, we didn't see the best of him. What's wrong with MFM's midfield? Fidelis Ilechukwu will give us the answer.
What we can do is to force ourselves to put the ball on the ground. That's the only solution. When you're playing with top players, put the ball on the ground. And what we can do about it. But in football, anything is possible. Anything can happen. We don't have players better than Onua in that midfield. What will we do is to psych him up by force, get him back to form. Or if not that, maybe you come to our midfield and participate. How do you see that? It's possible.
Oh, yes, very possible. MFM already poaching me to come to the midfield. Fidelis Ilechukwu, we needed to understand what was happening with that midfield Cosmos. So the big question is, what if Onua is injured or not having it the way he should? Then MFM is in serious problem.
And basically just confirmed what some of us have been thinking, that MFM are pretty much psychologically down. I mean, he just said so. He talked about one player, but the truth is that the team, MFM Football Club, are pretty much having, you know, that psychological downside right now, because he talked about psyching up Onua by force. Now, that means that they are not being motivated.
But if that's your playmaker, it's very important that he gets into the vibe. So he's a coach, he needs to tell him, wake up.
He makes the play, and of course, the goals are not coming in. He makes the play, and the other players are psychologically down too. He's really the only person you have to psych up by force. You have to psych up the team as well. Aqua United did it. Aqua United were beaten at home, and they went away and they upturned the defeat. So they can do it as well. They can do that against Joliba. They beat us in Lagos. We can beat them in Bamako as well. So I think that is just it, basically. However, you have to look at the fact that these players are down. You were at the stadium, and you saw the way they play. They can only try. MFM, trust me, are one of the best sides. But then, I wouldn't say they are trained beyond their reach.
Inexperience.
Well, inexperience, and at the same time, even when you're not experienced, it has to do, what has that management, what has the management done to psych up these players, to motivate these players? I think that's $1 million question. We do not know much, but then he just confirmed it. And of course, we've been at the stadium this season. We've seen some dramas that I wouldn't want to talk about right here, but we've understand that MFM right now, the fact that they didn't recruit right, the fact that major players were not registered for this competition, and the fact that the team is pretty much not motivated. It's not even about money. It's about the fact that the team right now is down psychologically. Now, that brings me